Hey, this is Phil from Sacred Reich, and you're burning up on Hellbound.
Hi, this is Todd Owens with Hellbound, and we're here tonight at Slim's with I got Phil from the legend Sacred Reich. How you doing tonight, Phil?
Great, man.
All right, so just a few dates into this little jaunt across the U.S.
This is our third show.
Third show,
Third
all right.
show.
So 30 years of ignorance.
It is 30 years of ignorance.
How's the tour so far? And then you also, I know you guys did some extensive dates over in Europe, right?
Yeah, we just did about a month in Europe, and then we just started our first U.S. tour in 21 years, so that'll be pretty cool.
21 years, long time.
Yeah, it's a long freaking time, man, to not tour in the States. So so far, so good, man. We played Orange County, and then yesterday we played Los Angeles, and then tonight San Francisco.
And you did a pretty varied collection of shows over in Europe, right? I mean, you did some touring, some smaller stuff, and I guess some festival stuff.
We did some club shows. We did some festivals.
How was that being over there in Europe?
Fucking awesome, man. It was
easy to get back on the touring horse.
Yeah, I mean, we've been touring over there like 10 years, so that's no biggie.
So yeah, I mean, just a little bit about 30 years of ignorance. I mean, it's probably. Did you have any idea back then that you'd be still playing this shit live now, 30 years later?
I'll hold the mic. It'll be good. You talk. No, we had no idea that when we started, we were just happy to make a record, and we never really thought. No one thought 30 years ahead. I mean, who knew? We're really super fortunate to be able to still play. And not having made a record in 21 years or toured in the U.S. in 21 years, it's pretty cool. So. And
you guys are pretty adamant, no new material. You just.
Well, we had been pretty adamant about new material, but now we're like, we'll see.
You're thinking about
if we have some cool stuff, then we will do it.
All right. One of the things I said is you guys have been pretty stable as a lineup, right?
For the most part. I mean, Greg split for a little while, and we did Independent and Heal with Dave. And then Greg came back in like 96, 97, I don't know. And he, you know, so he's been with the band. And we may have some fun surprises for the people tonight.
Yeah, but there's not too many bands that have 3 or 4 guys that are still there from 30 years ago. So
we're very lucky that we have the original lineup.
Yeah.
And we're also, I mean, we took 10 years off, so maybe that break was good for us. Who knows?
I wanted to ask about back in the day, mid-'80s, influences, or what was kind of driving you? What was, when you put Sacred Reich together, what was, you know, like...
When we started, it was Slayer and Metallica. You know, I mean, that was the shit. And, you know, lyrically, it was like Corrosion, DRI, MDC, more like punk rock bands, just for political kind of social commentary, you know.
Right. That was one of my questions, that you guys are always a little more politically or socially conscious than some of the other thrash or death metal bands or whatever. And I don't know if you had any comments on the current state of affairs in the U.S. or...
I think everybody, it's pretty obvious to know what's going on.
And that is?
That there's a Oompa Loompa that
lives
in the White House.
In the White House. All right.
He's not a clown.
All right, well,
it's like the It Clown. Like maybe it's the It Clown, because like a clown is like, ah, what a joke. But that dude's got nuclear codes, and you know, has a lot of say in the things that go on, and he's an embarrassment to our country, and it's a sad state of affairs.
It is.
And hopefully what this will do is wake people up and make them pay a little more attention. We'll see.
We can hope, right?
Yeah, man.
See, that should drive you to write a new album. That aggression.
You know, it's funny because everybody's like, there's so much to talk about now. I go, look, there's always fucking bullshit to talk about.
So. Quick question. I call it Desert Island Disc. If you're stuck on an island, you only get 3 albums to listen to for eternity. Can you come up with 3?
3.
Whatever, any genre, any, double albums are encouraged because you get more music. You know?
I mean, how about why 3?
All right, 5.
How about just like what? I have I don't know. How about Bad Brains, Eye Against Eye?
All right, there you go. There's one.
Like right now, I'm like big into Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, so some of that. Probably Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder, and like Metallica, Master of Puppets, and Slayer, Rain and Blood.
I just had Master of Puppets, one of the Byzantine guys that mentioned.
Yeah,
Master of Puppets.
and Rain and Blood, and then probably like some Sly Stone, and then
He wants 10 albums.
and then like Jane's Addiction, and then I think that's probably pretty good.
All right, that's cool. Another thing I asked about gear. Any gear you want to talk about? Or?
Let me hold this. I'll
All
do
right.
it better.
All right, you got it.
And then
Gear.
we put gear.
Gear.
What about the gear?
You want to talk about any gear you're using?
Sure.
You know, basses, amps, microphones.
I just started using orange bass gear and I like it. And my basses are all kind of made for me, so I'm kind of lucky. Use Wormuth products. And then Wiley plays ESP for 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
30 years with ESP. And Jason's been playing ESP recently. Greg plays Gretsch drums, which are outstanding, and Meinl cymbals. Use ProMark
You have some new
sticks.
big kit thing or something like that?
He's always got an attack rack.
From Eric. Was just talking about that.
From Eric Meyer
Yeah.
from Dark Angel.
Dark Angel.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
And Gene uses it too. And then what else we got? We use some DR strings, which are pretty cool. We like those. And am I forgetting anything? Dunlop picks. I'm like plugging every single. Oh, Engel amps. Duh. Because it's a big part of their guitar sound, are those Engel amps, which are freaking incredible sounding amps. It's incredible sounding amps. And then, like the most important thing are your hands. Most important thing. So
Yeah, that's where the sound comes from.
that's
All right.
No matter what you play.
I won't grab the mic anymore. I just wanted to say thank you. Ignorance was a huge influence on me 30 years ago, and still killer album to this day. Thanks for
you.
the time, Phil, and I'm looking forward to the set tonight. But anything else you want to add to people out there in the Hellbound world?
We'd like to say thank you very much for supporting Sacred Reich for 30 years. We haven't always made it easy. We haven't put out a record in 21 years, so we always find it amazing that regardless that people still show up, and that without the people that show up, we're sitting at home. And we find it pretty amazing that we have such like awesome fans that make it happen. So thank you all very much.
All right, thank you.
Let's bring it